Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our virtual Open Enrollment Fair session. During today's session, we will go over Anthem EAP benefits. Before we get started, I would like to brief everyone on a couple housekeeping items. All attendees are muted and will be muted throughout the presentation. If you have a question, please type it in the Q&A box located on the bottom of your monitor. All questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. Be informed that if you type a question in the Q&A box, everyone attending the session will not see your question nor your name. However, if you have a highly confidential question, please contact the Benefits Division directly. Lastly, today's webinar is being recorded and a copy will be posted on the Benefits Open Enrollment website. At this time, I will turn it over to our presenter, Erica Garibay.
Hi, thank you. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Erica Garibay, and I represent Anthem's Employee Assistance Program. I've been presenting for a couple of years now, so hopefully most of you are familiar with the Employee Assistance Program. It is an employer-sponsored program, which means that today you all, as employees of the County of San Diego, currently have this benefit. It is designed to provide resources to help manage issues that may come up at home or issues that you may have at work. What we want to do is help you balance between your home life and your work life. We have access to free and confidential service within our local community. And it is, as I mentioned before, it is available as a free, no-cost benefit. It is you as an employee and your household members who are eligible for any type of EAP services. And as I mentioned, it is a local call center that we have available in the San Diego area, as well as having teams of consultants or master level and above clinicians available to you and your household members at any time of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at whatever time that you need, weekends or on holidays, whenever it is that you need to get the support for the matter that you're dealing with.
I'm still not sure about that.
Sorry about that. As we all know, the impact of these last several years has been truly a really big impact. We do find that there are more support that is needed for everything that we've been through COVID, a lot of traumatic events. There's been a lot of fires in California. And so as we're dealing with everything in our communities, the EAP is here to assist. There are different components of the EAP that I want to review today. For the most part, the EAP is known for its counseling component. But that's not all that the EAP is, and we definitely want to show you that today. But we will start with the counseling component. For you and your household members at no cost, you do have available 8 sessions for counseling, whether you're dealing with a matter yourself or a household member. The household member does not need to be enrolled under the health plan. They can take advantage of the services, even if they're not related to you. So if you have a roommate or you have a family member that's staying with you long-term, they can take advantage of the services as well. We also have the ability to access services for each individual issue that is going on in the home, as long as it is a separate issue within a 12-month period. So let's say that in February, March, you seek out services for maybe grief counseling. And then maybe in July, you're dealing with marital issues. And then in September, you need to reach out again because of maybe anxiety. Those are all considered separate issues, and you can reach out, your household members can reach out and access up to 8 sessions per each individual issue. There are different modalities in which you can reach out and access counseling services. The traditional in-person counseling is available. We also have, through our Life Health Online, we have virtual sessions, and we also have telephonic sessions for any of the urgent matters. We encourage you to contact our team, who is available 24/7, and we have a team of clinicians to help you with that. We also have digital resources, and I'll go over one of the digital resources that became effective 1/1 of 2022. But I also wanted to mention that we have partnered with Talkspace, who, if you're familiar with, it is super exciting. We are able to partner, we're in contracting right now, and expect for the program to be ready for a launch of January 1st of 2023. What it is, it gives more access to providers. As you know, because there's been a need for additional support in the last couple of years, scheduling to get in to see these providers has become more difficult. In the past, you were able to get in 1 or 2 weeks to an in-person provider. Now you're looking at 3 to 4 weeks. So with this partnership with Talkspace, it adds an additional access to our virtual online capabilities for our counseling sessions. And it also will give you an additional access to being able to text with a provider. So instead of actually seeing somebody face to face or on video, you'll be able to communicate via text with your provider and obtain your EAP sessions at no cost through this new method of accessing services. So I wanted to mention, because it is something super exciting for us. Again, it's scheduled to launch effective 1/1 of 2023, and I'll have more to share with the County of San Diego, which will, I'm sure, post more information for you. With that said, any of the different programs, platforms, apps that I mentioned, we always encourage you to utilize the toll-free number as well as the website to access the services at no cost. And this is super, super important because a lot of these services, resources, and applications are available to the general public. If you go in and try to access some of these resources on your own, you're going to be facing some type of a cost. And so for any of this, we encourage you to always contact the toll-free number for the EAP. Life Health Online is the platform that we utilize to offer virtual EAP visits. Again, it really helps to get someone in to see a provider virtually. And we encourage you to always call the toll-free number first. And what will happen is that the EAP representative will provide you with a code that you can then enter as you're registering with Life Health Online. And that is the key that will provide the EAP sessions to you at no cost. Again, this is available to you as an employee and your household members. You can always complete the entire 8 sessions per issue through Life Health Online. If you continue with wanting to continue services with that same provider, there is a out-of-pocket charge. So again, it definitely gives you access to counseling services faster than trying to schedule with an in-person provider. Another area that we enhanced in 2022 is our digital tools, emotional well-being resources. We have been trying to promote this year, have gotten a lot of positive response in regards to those that have registered. Down at the bottom is I included a QR code if you want to take a picture of that and access through the QR code on your phone. It gives you an overview video of exactly what this is. Through the EAP website, you have a link that you could go into and register to start a journey of emotional well-being. It covers topics such as managing stress, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, social isolation, sleep issues are also included. And I think they're adding a couple of more topics next year. But through cognitive behavioral therapy, you are able to start an exercise type of lessons, and you learn why you have the certain behavior that you have, and you start to learn how to change that behavior. And so one of the really cool enhancements of this is that it offers one-on-one coaching. This is completely separate from the counseling sessions that you currently have through the EAP. So you could always continue your counseling sessions through the EAP in addition to starting your emotional well-being journey on Learn to Live, which is what this program is called. The personalized one-on-one coaching, again, is completely separate. You could access it as you're going through your journey on Learn to Live. You can ask to team up with a coach to provide you support and encouragement. You can also build a team of support. You can add 2 individuals, whether they're your friends or your family or whoever it is that you'd like to ask for this support. They are considered teammates, and you could choose them and choose what type of encouragement and motivation you need from them. And so this is totally confidential and private. All they would do is get an email asking them to participate and ask them to encourage you as you're going through your journey without giving them any information other than, help us support and encourage, this individual. The also Learn to Live platform also offers mindfulness moments on the go. Once a week, you'll receive text messages to just, positive affirmations being sent to you, different quotes, different things that will help you as you complete your journey. There's also live and on-demand webinars on the Learn to Live website. Again, it is super, super important that you access the emotional well-being resources through the EAP website. Register, it'll give you access to an assessment, which is, I think, 10 questions, just to guide you into the right module to begin your journey. Another component of the EAP is our legal services. At any point that you need any type of consultation for a legal matter, the EAP is available to you and your household members for a no-cost 30-minute consultation. You can contact an attorney by phone, or you can actually see someone in person within your local community. Our attorney network is available nationwide, so if you are having a legal matter that is out of state, we will connect you with somebody in that particular state. If there is any additional services beyond the initial consultation, those services are discounted at a 25%, and then 10% off flat fee services. There's also resources on the EAP website that could be helpful to you. The example that I like to give is maybe a couple is looking into estate planning. What's the difference between a will and a trust? They can contact the EAP and obtain that access to the 30-minute at no cost consultation. And then maybe they decide that they want to go ahead and prepare a trust. That would be discounted at 25% for that particular service. Financial resources go hand in hand with our legal services. However, this is offered unlimited telephone consultation for any financial resources. And we also have lots of resources on the EAP website. So whether you're dealing with financial planning or budgeting, or maybe just want to get a little bit more education in regards to financial guidance, you can contact the EAP and speak to a financial consultant via telephone as many times as you'd like. Another component of the EAP is the ID monitoring and recovery. And what that is that it gives you a 30-minute consultation with a ID recovery professional. If at any point that you are in need of the identity recovery, if you're a victim of identity theft, you can contact the EAP and actually speak to someone. They will help you, guide you, and stay with you until you recover your identity. You can also always register and monitor your credit inquiries through the EAP website. So sorry, it advanced unexpectedly here. So there are unlimited support for you. Anything that our team can assist with, we will guide you through that process of recovering your identity. Child care and elder care resources are also available through the EAP website. As you all know, we are not only dealing with our children, but also our parents and now our grandparents. And so the EAP also has resources that could help you. There is a search engine on the EAP website if you're looking for childcare centers or maybe assisted living facilities. If you would like to access those services yourself, that is through the EAP website. However, because the County of San Diego offers an enhancement to the EAP, you can contact the EAP toll-free number and actually speak to one of our consultants and representatives that specialize in this area, and they will gather all of the information that you're in need of and put a list together for you of local resources. They will then send it to you via email within 48 to 72 hours. So that is something that is available. Like I said, some of us are, desperately looking for things for our kids to do, right before summer, or during COVID, we had a large request for tutoring. And so, depending on what your need is, we are able to assist and find you the facilities in the local area that will provide you with, the support that you need. The question that I usually get when I talk about this is, what if I have a parent or grandparent that is in another state and I'm having to care for them? No problem. Our network is a national network. And so if you have maybe your loved one in another state and you're trying to help them with assisted living facilities or maybe even caregiver support in another state, calling the EAP, talking to one of our representatives will help you and support you in meeting your needs. Another area of the EAP, which is very low in utilization, is our daily living assistance. And these are things that we cross off our checklist on a day-to-day basis. We don't think about it, but the EAP does have consultants and representatives available to assist us in these areas. These, like I said, these are the items that we tend to put on a to-do list and try to get to as quickly as we can. Know that the EAP is able to, again, consult with you, get the information that you're looking for, and we will do all of the gathering of whatever it is that you need and turn it around within a 48 to 72 hour period. So whether you're moving into a new area, or maybe we got a lot of requests for wedding planning during COVID, because there was so many reschedules and so many cancellations of weddings. That was big during that time. But home contractors, if you're looking for anything that maybe is not even listed on here, we have received a lot of unique requests that we are able to fulfill. The example that I like to give is, you're going away for the weekend and you got to plan for pet care. Give us a call. We can help, provide you with resources in your local area that you can contact and schedule. It's just a matter of connecting with us and getting us the information that you need. We also have our robust EAP website. We have lots of different articles and resources. We have a mindfulness moment on there. We also have, on a monthly and basis, we have topics that we feature where we host, based on that particular topic, a webinar that you could listen to live, or we record all of our webinars on the EAP website. They're all archived. So you could always go back and take a look at what we've previously had in the past. We also have an area of recently recorded podcasts, different centers on the right-hand side. You can see the green centers. The Learn to Live on the very top is the emotional well-being tool that I was talking about earlier. So you would go in there and you would click and take an assessment to start your journey for the emotional well-being tool. We also have on the left-hand side in the middle, find an EAP provider in the member center. What that is that if you don't have the time or you choose not to call the toll-free number, you do have access to a provider scheduling or a list that you could obtain through the member center. So, please, visit that area of the website. We also have in the middle, you'll see find resources near you. This is the self-service area where the search engine is located for childcare, elder care, pet care, and a couple of other resources that are available. If you see the blue banner, that homepage will provide you with an overview of the EAP and what the benefit is. We also have different topics such as parenting, aging, balancing, thriving, working, living, and international resources. So if at any point, you are in need and you don't see what you're looking for, there's also a search engine on that black banner area that you can put a word of describing what you're looking for, and it'll pull up everything on the website that is available. It doesn't show it here, but this area where it says stress management at the bottom, it's also an area where we have our featured monthly topics and news for you, which is if there's anything going on locally or nationally or even globally, and there's a need for resources, we store resources there as well. So I do invite you to take a look at the EAP website. Like I said, there are definitely lots and lots of resources for you. How do you contact the EAP? This is the toll-free number specifically designated for you as an employee and your household members. The EAP website is also on here. It's anthemeap.com. Or you can go into your internal intranet site, Insight, and search EAP. I believe you wouldn't need a login for that, but if you are going through the external anthemeap.com website, then you're going to be asked for a company code, which is COSD. Thank you. And I think we have a couple of questions and a hand raise. Nidra, can you help me with that?
Absolutely. One question. If I have a dependent attending college in a state other than California, would they be eligible to access EAP services?
Yes. So that's a tricky response and question, just because they're currently not in your household, correct? What you need to state, or they need to state when they call in, is that they are your household member, and they will be able to obtain the sessions wherever they are located.
Great. Another question. Does the elder care resource assistance work outside the US or in another country per se?
Unfortunately, it does not. This is a domestic program, and so it is only within the US. Puerto Rico is a part of that as well.
Okay, great question. Okay, it looks like those are our questions so far. If anyone else has any questions, please feel free to type it in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer those questions for you.
Did I see that somebody raised their hand? I wasn't sure.
No hand raising. We
Okay.
did block that feature.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you perhaps, Erica, mind repeating a couple of the slides from the beginning? I believe we had a couple of individuals or even a few who joined in a little after the session started.
Oh, absolutely. Let me go back there.
Okay.
I think this is probably a good place.
Thank you.
So the EAP is an employer-sponsored program that is something that currently everyone employed by the County of San Diego has today. It is free and confidential. There is no information that is shared with your employer other than how the program is being utilized. So it is truly private and confidential program. It helps supporting members that are dealing with maybe issues at home or maybe at work, really giving them the resources to help balance between their home life and their work life. It is available to not only the employees, but their household members. Household members don't even have to be related to them. They don't have to be part of the health plan registration. Anyone that is living in the same household as the employee is eligible for this program and can access EAP services. Our call center is a local call center in the San Diego area. And we do have a team of clinicians, master level and above, that are available for any urgent and routine matters at any time. So anyone can call day or night, 7 days a week, on a holiday, any day, our team is available. And then this one, I was just talking about the need for support for counseling in the last few years. And so this really just talks about the availability of supporting members with a no-cost 8-session counseling benefit, which means that there are 8 sessions available per individual issue that is going on in the home or with the individual. Again, this is for employees and their household members. So if there's several issues going on in the home, the member can contact the EAP and access up to 8 sessions for each individual issue, as long as the issues are not connected or are not the same. So the example that I gave earlier was maybe a need for grief counseling in the first quarter of the year, and then maybe some marital issues arise, in July. And then maybe the member may be dealing with stress and anxiety at work, as an example, maybe in the third or fourth quarter. So as long as the individual issues are separate and not connected, the member or household member can contact the EAP as many times as they'd like. And then what I talked about was the fact that there are different ways that we can access counseling services today. So we have our traditional in-person, as well as our Live Health Online, online virtual sessions, and our telephone capabilities today. We are bringing on board in January Talkspace, which we will be partnering with a company that will provide access to more providers. And in the digital world of virtual, telephone, and texting capabilities. So that is definitely something that we're very excited about and bringing on board. What I wanted to just make sure that everyone was aware is that any application, resources, platform that we talk about and as part of the benefit of the EAP, we want to make sure that everyone understands that they need to contact the EAP first. Because these resources are available to the general public at a cost, we want to make sure that there is no cost to our employees at County of San Diego. So we want to make sure that members are contacting the EAP toll-free number to get instructions and to get additional information on how to access these resources at no cost. And then the emotional well-being resources, I talked about, this is something that is new to the EAP, and it's through cognitive behavioral therapy, really changing the way that we behave, our behavior patterns, whether an individual is dealing with stress management, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, social isolation, or maybe sleeping disorders. This is a really nice tool to help with that. And what I wanted to just emphasize on this is that this is separate and in addition to the EAP counseling session. This is available through the EAP website, where you would access a link that you could take an assessment to begin your journey. And I did include a QR code on this slide to give you an overview, quick overview video of what this is. So I do encourage everyone to go in and start your emotional well-being journey. Nidra, we have time? Do you want me to continue, or do you think that was enough?
Oh, we might be good right there. And we have quite a few questions that have come
Oh,
through.
good. Okay.
Yes. Going back to Talkspace, will the Talkspace be announced? And to answer that, yes, it will be announced. And does that also include the free 8 sessions, which I'll let you answer, Erica?
Yes, so absolutely will include. So it's going to be another way of accessing your EAP sessions at no cost. So it's going to work a little bit different. And as soon as I have more details, I will provide them to you. But the traditional online sessions will be what you see today, 8 sessions. The texting is going to be a little bit different because of just the way that things are going to add up to the 8 sessions. But the members will be able to text back and forth for a period of time that will then equal the 8 sessions. So there's definitely that benefit that will be at no cost to you through Talkspace.
Great, thank you for that. Our next question is, for any of the assistance through the Anthem EAP, does my partner need to be enrolled in my benefits with the county?
No, it is to the employees and household members. So your partner would be considered a household member and does not have to be enrolled under any of the benefits. It's an automatic eligibility.
Great. Our next question, what is the Anthem behavioral health benefit? And it appears to be the one that kicks in after the 8 visit to a counselor.
Right. So if you have Anthem as your health plan, what that means is that after the 8 sessions are exhausted, you can continue with the same provider through your Anthem behavioral health benefit. If you have Anthem as your medical plan. I know for a lot of you, Kaiser is who you're with. And so for that, it would then, you would have to switch to that Kaiser benefit. Did I answer the question?
I believe so. I believe it was helpful. Yes. I'll see if there's any more traffic or, yep, we got it. Thank you.
Oh, good.
All righty. Jumping now to the financial planning, can you please introduce a bit more of county-supported legal services, specifically trust and living wills?
Yeah, let me go to that slide. So what I was talking about when it comes to legal services, anything that you are needing a advice on a legal matter, you can contact the EAP. So you have access to a 30-minute consultation at no cost. You can contact the toll-free number and ask to see someone in person. If that's what you choose to do within your local area, you'd be given a list of local attorneys that are within our network that you could schedule and see face to face. You also have the option to have your 30-minute consultation with someone in the state where you're calling from, which would be California, and speak to someone over the phone. If your legal matter is outside of California, then we would connect you with somebody that was in the state where your legal matter in question is. I like to really emphasize that because sometimes, we're on vacation, we got into a car accident, or we own a property in another state, and we need to address a legal matter. So that is something that's open. I gave the example of the will and the trust, and the reason that I did that is because it's just a really nice example of how the legal services work. When there is maybe questions in regards to a specific topic, such as estate planning, sometimes we know we have to get it done, but we just don't know enough of what direction we need to take. And so the example that I like to give is, a couple maybe thinking about the development of a trust. What's the difference between a trust and a will? What direction should we take? You can contact the EAP and take advantage of your 30-minute consultation to answer all of the questions that you have in regards to your particular situation. For example, what's the difference between a will and a trust? What, based on my, specific situation, which way should I go? So more of an education type of consultation. And then when you decide, let's say the couple decides to continue to develop a trust, then those additional services would be discounted at a 25%. And then it indicates here a 10% on a flat fee service. So these are, legal matters sometimes, unfortunately, come up. And so you're going to be seeking advice anyway. So why not take advantage of the EAP service, call in for your 30-minute consultation, and then obtain, additional services with this discount of 25%.
Great.
There's also resources on the EAP website, such as information on estate planning, and there are some legal forms on there that would be helpful to take a look at when or before calling our EAP for the legal consultation. Did I answer the question?
Yes, and we actually had an employee who responded regarding the EAP website and the software. The follow-up question to that is, can county employees download and use the software to develop will and trust?
To my knowledge, on the EAP side, yes, there are resources that you could download. If you're doing it from the privacy of your home, I don't anticipate any problems. If you're doing it from a work computer or from a computer at work, there may be some firewalls. So I just want to put that out there. But yes, any of the resources that are available on the EAP website, you can take advantage of. For the most part, most of them are at no cost, but some of them do offer enhancements to what their offerings are, and so there may be an additional cost to that. So just keep in mind that there are basic services or resources that you can download from the EAP website at no cost.
That is great news and very resourceful for us to access those tools. We do have a couple of follow-up questions on the 30-minute calls or in-person sessions. Is that limited to one per calendar year, or can you have multiple sessions for various issues such as divorce, child support, or discussing your will?
Good question. You can contact the EAP for different sessions as many or different issues or topics as many times as you'd like. So for that example, it would be a 30-minute consultation for each individual topic. So yes.
Great. Very great questions. Good questions. I think we've answered the majority, but if there are any more, please feel free to type them in the Q&A.
I'm going to go ahead and just take you guys to the last slide where you have your contact information to the EAP.
A quick question regarding counseling sessions, mental health sessions. If an individual were to start a session with a counselor and didn't feel the relationship or the rapport was working out, could they switch and start over sessions, or how does that work, Erica?
Usually after the first session, that's when you're going to know if it was a good match or if it was not a good match. So we encourage members to contact the EAP whenever you're having issues. If it's not a good match, give us a call back and we will help you find a better match for you. We completely understand that sometimes, that is needed. And that's actually a good question that was brought up. If the members are ever having any scheduling or access to provider issues, please don't hesitate to give us a call back and our team will help you through it. Sometimes providers are just so busy that they don't have a chance to call back. And that's why we're seeking other ways to really access, additional ways to access counseling sessions, because there's just not enough providers out there, unfortunately. So if you ever experience any trouble, anything with accessing a provider, scheduling, if it's not a good match, please give us a call back and we will work with you individually to figure out, how to best support your needs.
Oh, we had another question. We got a couple of thank yous, and it's our pleasure to have this webinar and answer all of your questions. Another question here: what happens if an employee accidentally misses a scheduled appointment? Will they get a bill for the missed session?
They should not get a bill. Each provider has their own, ways of managing their business. But what usually will happen is that you may be knocked off a counseling session if, for whatever reason, you're unable to schedule. But you can always call us back and let us know what is happening, and we will address the matters, specific to the situation.
Thank you for that information, Erica. We do have another question. Is Blue Cross under the Anthem umbrella for health insurance?
Anthem Blue Cross is under the Anthem umbrella. There are different networks within Anthem, so you would just need to make sure you're looking at the right network when you're seeking providers. And the EAP network is separate from the Anthem's behavioral health network, but we are at a 95 to 97% match within providers.
That's good to know. Very helpful. I don't see any more questions coming in, but we're still here, everyone. If you have more questions, please feel free to type them in the Q&A box. We have plenty of time.
Lots of good questions. Thank you.
Yes, thanks everyone for all the great questions. I don't see any more questions coming in, Erica. Let me double check the Q&A box. Yep, no more questions. Since we have no more questions, I will go ahead and conclude the webinar.
I would like to take this time to thank Erica for making time with us today, and thank you all for joining us. I wish everybody a good rest of the day. And if you have any questions after this session, please feel free to send an email to the benefits inbox, and we'd be happy to address your questions then.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.